So, to anyone who's been wondering about that TF2 ripoff I talked about a few videos back, I was talking to one of my Skype friends about it just now. What essentially it would be is like Team Fortress 2, but in a overhead format, kind of like Zelda, with very large maps like you would see in an RTS game. It would still have the same objectives as TF2, probably even the same look about it and sound effects and things like that, just to piss off Valve. But the difference would be instead of 9 classes, there would be upwards of 18 classes. See, in TF2 you have your primary weapon, secondary weapon, and melee weapon. So imagine if there were 3 classes to every one class, where you could either have a class that specialized in the primary weapon of that class, the secondary, and the melee weapon. So basically you would have a fist heavy, the chain gun heavy, and the shotgun heavy. And that's basically how it would operate. So it would be like TF2, except it would be like an RTS look about it, which would probably help a lot with the whole lag problem. It would probably be much less lag, there would be much less loading time. It would actually run a lot smoother. So even so, it's still better than Team Fortress 2, despite how it's just blatantly doing it on purpose to rip off of TF2 and to basically just piss all over Valve. So there you go. That would be my idea. If anyone wants to help me do that, leave a comment below or PM me or something, and we can talk about making it. I know a lot of you don't know how to program, and even if you do, you have other shit in your life you got to worry about. So you probably don't want to waste your time making a game specifically to troll the gaming industry and just to troll gamers in general. Because I thought about it, and even though it would be a hell of a fun game, and it would be hell of a fun to just troll the shit out of everybody, it wouldn't be very balanced. And I talk about balance a lot. I don't see the point in making a game unless you're going to make at least half an effort to balance that game. And unfortunately, such a game would be severely imbalanced. I mean, TF2 is severely imbalanced as it is. But when you have 1/3 of the classes specializing in melee, and everybody else is wielding flamethrowers and rocket launchers and sniper rifles and things like that, it's just going to create a slew of problems. Unfortunately, well, I should say fortunately, for gamers in general, they won't fucking care because gamers are stupid. Gamers will just say to players that complain about the imbalances that, oh, you just suck at the game. I could dominate with melee while smoking a crack pipe, and they'll just continue on and ignore the gaming imbalance. So I guess I really don't have to concern myself with that, but because I have ethics, because I have morals, it does concern me. It does concern me as somebody that would be making money off of a product that I would actually want to do something good. I would want to contribute something, and I would want to be deserving of the profit I am making. And even if I was deserving half right, like, I made a good product, I still wouldn't deserve the grotesque amount of money that the average gaming company makes. There's no excuse for what they make. I mean, I'm not saying that people who don't work hard shouldn't be rewarded, but that's the thing about communism. It's not about rewarding you in the sense that you own the means of production and you get to exploit people's labor and, live the high life while everybody else is struggling. The point of communism is that you are rewarded for your efforts because you are recognized for your efforts. You are recognized for being smart and hardworking and ethical and treating people with dignity and respect. And the point is to escalate that to where we're all like that, where we're all given the means to be like that. We're all educated and we're all good, decent people. And we want to have a better world. And, I'm not saying that everybody has to contribute the same exact way. Some of us are better at baking. Some of us are better in the sciences. Some of us are just nice people and have a shoulder to cry on. What the fuck ever. But the point is that we should all be respected for what we contribute and what we want to contribute, rather than simply, we own this much land, or we own this much resource, or we have this much money in our bank account, and suddenly that makes us better than somebody else. The monetary system of value has to be eradicated. And once you get rid of that, then you can focus on people's skills, people's principles, and people's vision for the future. That's what communism is about. Once the means of production are owned by everybody, then we can focus on the positive qualities to benefit humanity rather than in spite of humanity. Rather than somehow achieving a separate status from humanity. That we got what we need and fuck everybody else. That's not a functional way to live. That is not how a species survives. If you want to see humanity prosper, if you want to live in a world one day where everybody isn't a fucking douchebag and treats you like shit, then that's why you should support communism. And even if you are too intellectually lazy to pursue communism, or you just believe the hype that somehow communism is all about genocide and famines and blah blah blah, it doesn't fucking matter. What you should recognize is capitalism doesn't work. I'm not telling you to convert to communism. I'm just simply telling you, you gotta see the problems that are in front of you, and just do what you fucking can. That's all I ask of you. Just be a good person. Is that really so hard? But apparently it is really hard because not many people are doing it, and not many people want to see the problem of moderators, which is one of the biggest contributing factors to holding us back as a society. Moderators are holding us back as a species, probably more than anything else, besides capitalism in and of itself. So, just think about that, and if you like the sound of it, get back to me. That's really all I have to say.